Okay, so I had a problem with the HAWK-800 modification. It suddenly stopped working in the sense where I would no longer be able to load songs or to load presets into the memory banks. I opened the keyboard, tried the troubleshoot step by step, and could not find anything that would point me to the issue. Um, but I read on some message boards that one of the sockets is really bad in the sense of um, giving the users issues every now and then. So with that in mind, let me show what I did. In order to restore the Poly 800 to its original setup, I will need to put back this IC137, and that's the one that I broke a few legs when I took it out. And I was surprised, but I was able to find a new one at a local store, and this costed me 50 cents. So all the effort that I made, losing almost a full day trying not to break this IC when I took it out, was not a very good spent time, because it's better to buy a new one in case you need. This is just in case you need to revert your Poly 800 to its original setup. And if you break this when you take it out, it's much easier to desolder it. Okay, so it's better to break this IC and take it out in pieces, and buying a new one for 50 cents than losing a full day trying to take this one out in one piece. And even with all that effort, I broke a few legs. So I tried to put this one back. It worked once, and then it stopped working. When I put it back, I kind of soldered some wires in the broken legs. It worked for for a short time, but then it didn't work any longer. Then I tried the new one, and it worked fine. Testing out the keyboard with the original configuration. Here I used the new IC137. I took out the daughter board and put back the original memory chip from Korg. And when I closed down the keyboard, everything worked fine. So the issue seems to be with the connector for IC137. It's not a very good quality connector, and of course added that to the poor soldering that I do. But anyway, the keyboard is working in the original configuration without the expansion. Now I'm going to try out my workaround for making this socket a little bit more firm. So let's see. I'm going to use this connector, which has stronger legs, stronger pins on top of the old one, and try to connect the flat cable using this one. So in here I connected the flat cable into the new connector. And now I'll just plug that over the older one. And here it is, the flat cable over the new socket over the older socket. Let's see if this configuration is going to work. I'm now going to put back the expansion board. And here is the original memory chip from Korg, the one that I took it out from the keyboard. Okay, so let's save this one for the future, just in case. Okay, everything is connected back. We have the expansion board here, the larger flat cable. It's now in the place of that Korg memory chip. And here we have the new connector for the shorter flat cable. Okay, now let's put back all the screws and see if this is going to fix the issue. And then, with the keyboard assembled back, I was able to load presets in the banks and it would work perfectly. So my tip is, if you are having issues to load presets into your HAWK-800, try using this double socket solution that I showed. It may help better if you switch the socket model before you assemble. You will need to buy yourself that socket. It's more reliable than the one that comes with the assembling kit. Another new cool feature for the sequencer is that I can use the follow note mode to control an external instrument by disabling the internal synth engine for the first octave keys, and that allows me to play freely all the polyphony of the Poly 800 over it using the other keys in the keyboard. I will demonstrate how that works. So I'm using the sequencer to control a bass line for the Model 15 app.